Good evening, everyone. So I never intended for this to turn into a political channel, but it seems like that is what's happening now. For at least the United States of America, this really is an all-hands-on-deck moment. This is not a Democrats versus Republicans situation. This is a democracy versus fascism situation. So with us being in that at this moment, what I wanted to take a look at today was the underlying spiritual forces behind what's going on in the government at this moment. This will be a tarot reading. I'm going to use the Dark Woods Tarot deck, which I don't think I've used this one on here before. This is like a more like shadowy deck for like, it shows more of the, like the inner workings. So we'll use this one today and we'll see what happens. So my question again is, what are the spiritual forces that are underlying political situation? It's not just the United States of America, this is a world political situation. So what are the spiritual forces underlying the political situation? And what do we, as citizens of the United States or citizens of the world, what do we need to do? What do we need to look at? And what is our part in this? I will tell you that, I mean, when you watch the news and see what the government is doing, it's almost like it's designed to be dreadful, demoralizing, like shock and awe is the term that they're using. But I've been seeing, I mean, the pushback, the fight that we have going on now is beginning to be very inspiring. There's both the pushback from people in the government themselves. There is a pushback from citizens. There was a huge protest today. And I mean, really, this is like, are we going to be free? Are we going to be free people with the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Or are we going to let a few very rich and powerful individuals dictate how the rest of the world is going to live? So here we go. We're going to begin. Current situation is the Hanged Man. We are hanging in, almost feeling like we're in limbo. There has been a death sentence given, something that feels like a death sentence for many of us. But this death carries with it the potential for rebirth. This is like when Jesus was put up on the cross, there was a resurrection. So there is that possibility for death and rebirth for us. We're in the death part of it right now, but the rebirth is coming. It is on the way. That's happening. The obstacles placed in front of us are the Seven of Cups. This is interesting. This is, I got it. Cups normally is not, this is like water energy, emotional energy, but what I'm getting from this card today is greed. It's like this person has got everything. Like these cups that are behind her, they symbolize all the different cards in the major arcana. I'm not gonna get into that part, but it's like having all of our needs met. America is the wealthiest country in the world. We should be counting our blessings, but instead we're continuing to like want more. I'm thinking about the USAID situation where we were providing aid to a lot of foreign countries, food aid, medical aid, and this was part of the United States like soft power overseas. And now we have decided to stop doing that, and that it's going to be like much more mercenary in the way that we are choosing to handle our international relations. So that kind of thing, it's like there was a generosity, there has been great prosperity, but we still want more. There's that greed that's underlying. So that's that challenge. The goal where we want to get to is I can't read this, Queen of Wands? No. Seven of Wands, and it's reversed. And this is somebody fighting a demon. Well, that's clear. We want to beat the demon. We want to definitely win the fight. I'm going to get the book out for this one, but there is a... Go. I mean, we're fighting with dark forces. Maybe I don't need the book. We're fighting with the dark forces. The goal is to win, but why is this reversed? I don't know. Let me see what I'm getting from it. The goal is to win against the dark forces, but this is almost like yin and yang. So it's like the dark force is us. This is actually not a situation where, like, yes, there are certain things that I believe we need to do politically. Impeachment would be great, but impeachment is not going to take my own greed out of me. It's not going to take the evil out of me. And the evil that's in us individually, like, it's very easy to see the evil in someone else. It's not easy to see the evil within ourselves and to root that out. It's very difficult to do. It's hard enough to do with a supportive community, but it's hard to find the supportive community that will help you really see into yourself. Hard to find one. It's hard to face the ego when it's challenged. It's hard to be in that position of humility and being challenged. So this, I believe, is an individual... this is a part of the battle that needs to be fought by everyone at an individual level. And I'm going to say that this is true, like, no matter which political party that you're a part of. Like, you might be very happy with what's going on, although I don't know why you're watching my channel if you're happy with it, but you're going to have to put up with me if you're here. So, yeah, whether you're happy or not with what's going on, we all have that demon within ourselves. We all have to we have free will, we have free choice. We don't have to face it, but I feel like we need to. I feel like I need to. Let's put it that way. The subconscious influences are the Knight of Swords. This is like fast-moving air energy, intellectual energy. Well, the United States is a nation of laws. It's a rule of law is what our nation was built on. However, the laws have been to benefit certain individuals, to privilege certain individuals, and to relegate other individuals into very unenviable positions. Let's just say that. I mean, there had been a law written, I believe, I want to say 1619. I could be off on my history, to like make all of the, like by the stroke of a pen, they made all the African Americans into slaves. The treaties that were made with the Native Americans that were broken, like these laws that were written, there's good and bad in them. There's good and bad in us, of course, as human beings. And it's like, so the rule of law has been the foundation. But has the law always been right? That's the question. So we're going to go to the distant, no, we're going to go into the past. In the past, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, we have this, like they say, make America great again. In the past, we had this time of prosperity. We're reaching back towards imagined prosperity of the past. And it is true that there are people who were more prosperous in the past than they are today. It is true that, let's say, like right after World War II, that the average family could like buy a house, make a living like on one income, raise children, all of that. And that's gotten very difficult to do it now. The economy has changed, the rules have changed. We're reaching towards this mythical past, but at the same time as there was that level of prosperity, that wasn't for everyone. That like we had, like during that time we had the redlining going on, it was pre-civil rights, like there wasn't, so this mythical past that never existed for everyone. Even like in the Civil War times, it was the very wealthy who had enslaved people, but the majority of people were still like struggling to get by. So this imagined past never was for everyone, but this is our mythology. This is what we're reaching towards. There is the future, which is Jesus Christ. The Wheel of Fortune is karma. This is karma, but it's also recognizing that the wheel turns, and sometimes you are the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue, sometimes you're on the top, sometimes you're on the bottom. Very fascinating. They have the snake on the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a sign of the like the world after the fall. After the fall, there was no karma in the Garden of Eden. It was just everything was there for you, and it was always perfect. But now that we are on the human world of human consciousness, we have karma, we have ups and downs of life. So the future is the wheel's going to turn. It's going to turn politically. Whatever it is now, it'll be on its head next time. And different people will be celebrating, and different people will be mourning and plotting and planning for the next time around. So it's like this is never ending. It's a cycle. So this should be comfort to those who are afraid that civilization as we know it is coming to an end. That is not what's coming up here, but this is it's a karmic cycle that we are in a part of, and it's going to turn around. Where we find ourselves is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is a divine feminine. This is the rising of the divine feminine. This is and this is why, part of why I use tarot cards on this, because this is like the accessing the divine feminine through this process, and because it is necessary, because when we are in a patriarchal religious cycle, the divine feminine is suppressed. But at this time in history, it is the rise of the divine feminine. The idea that a feminine can be divine is because even if you wrote in the Bible or read the Bible, it says, in the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. So the image of God was always male and female, but culturally we've made it only male. When Christianity aligned with the Roman Empire, 300, 400 AD, whenever that was, it became a only male, patriarchal, militaristic faith. But for the first 300, 400 years of Christianity, it was not that way. It was run very differently. No one would have said there was a sin of empathy at that time. So this, what we call the divine feminine, this is not just what pertains to women. This is like all human beings have what we call the divine feminine, what we call feminine characteristics. And it is time for these characteristics to be valued, both men and women. We're awakening to it. The views of others is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, if you look at it, and and I'm considering this to be the views of others, like towards the United States of America. We have everything we need. Like, this is like, what is lacking materially? This is the richest country in the world, but this is like still a gray and bleak situation. Like, all the money is there, but what's it doing for us? Like, is it creating prosperity for everyone? It's not. Like, we are the richest country in the world, but so many of us are in like dire poverty. So many of us are living a life that is slavery. What is being done with the massive amount of wealth is not serving those who are on the planet. So there we are. The hopes and fears of this situation is the three of wands. I don't know this card. This is so it's fire energy. This, and it feels uncertain to me. I will need to look this one up. Kind of at a loss right now. What's happening? 3 of wands. The vampire, okay. Stands between 3 wands. Oh, oh Lord. So this is what you see is like a female vampire, and she has like sucked the blood out of this dude who's lying there. So we're afraid that these like bloodthirsty capitalists are gonna suck all the blood out of us. Meanwhile, like the capitalists are afraid that the bloodthirsty like people on welfare are gonna suck their, like, this is an ongoing like, we are all like, each of us looking at the other person as a threat to our continued survival. And that really is has brought this situation, perpetuating it upon us. So what is the outcome for us? Will be the Chariot. This is actually a very like, go after what you want. And I think this is what the answer is, that each individual goes directly for what they most desire. Not in a predatory way, although the eagle is a powerful predator, but we're talking about the directness and the honesty. Animals don't lie. Actually, some of them do. Like, but for the most part, like, wild animals don't. Our pets have learned from us in some ways, but this is a if every person would have this honest relationship with themselves, with the universe, with God, with the world, where each person could pursue their own desires in a very honest kind of way, we wouldn't, you know what, if we let go of lies, the truth will set you free. Every person going after what they want in an honest way, going after their heart's true desire, if everyone did this, then the situation that we have right now, it would fall apart. It would not, like, there would be nothing to hold it up, because we believe that these people that we elect into political office are going to fix problems that are not political problems. People have elected Donald Trump because they want to feel like they're going to be prosperous. They want to feel like the economy is going to be better. They want to feel like America is superior, like America's on top. or they want to feel like they're on top. A president can't do that for you. A president cannot put you on top of your life. That's your own job. So each of us has to do our own part in the situation. Each of us has to do our own part, whatever it is. And to be honest with ourselves, honest with others, and honest with God about what that is and what we really want and what actions we need to take to move towards it. I promise you, this will work. This will work. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and happy manifesting.